So I'm here to talk to you today about virtual reality. Virtual reality is a computer-generated, fully immersive environment that gives the user the feeling of being in another environment instead of the one they're actually in. Just observing a fantasy or watching a 3D movie is not the same as experiencing virtual reality. So your brain, for it to comprehend virtual reality environment, there are a few things necessary, a few factors that are necessary for you to become fully immersed in that environment. It's important to basically block out the world, block out where you are. There are a few different ways to do this, and you can do this with like a headset or a helmet device that blocks out other visuals or other sounds. And this headset uses stereoscopic display to add depth to your vision in this immersive environment. Stereoscopic vision is not the only thing that you need though. So your head and your eye movement needs to be acknowledged by the device, and you need to be able to change your perspective. So when you move about or walk about, you should be able to see the images from different angles. And for this to take place in the filming part of virtual reality, the image needs to be videoed or filmed from several different angles, about 4 to 6 angles, I think, and it needs to have about 20 to 30 frames per second to make it believable for the brain. Okay, there are other sensory information that your brain needs to receive, and that is sound and sometimes a tactile experience even. So having vibrations or some kind of motion and sound going on also tricks the brain into believing that it's in a different environment. And finally, there needs to be user interaction. So there needs to be a virtual sense where you're interacting with the action or the scene or walking about or reacting to the visuals and the sounds and the motion that is happening around you. And this needs to include controller navigation. So the user needs to be able to navigate their way around the scene and be able to use the space that is available to do that, to interact with it. And some places have what is called a virtual reality room or box where one can safely experience these sensory things and the sensory illusion. So when all of these key elements come together, there is a convincing real sense